So this is a Rumi poem called Quietness. Inside this new love, die. Your way begins on the other side. Become the sky. Take an axe to the prison wall. Escape. Walk out like someone suddenly born into colour. Do it now. You're covered with thick cloud. Slide out the side and die. And be quiet. Quietness is the surest sign that you've died. Your old life was a frantic running from silence. The speechlessness, full moon, comes out now. The speechless full moon comes out now. And Rumi really takes us to that heart of silence and that heart of stillness to connect with the beloved God. And with this, we will have a little silence throughout the evening with some poetry and some meditation dance. But one thing, I wanted to bring Amanda onto the screen, our first dance teacher. Hi, Amanda. Lovely to see you.
To be here one more time with so many wonderful presenters. And as Brent already said, I brought you a dance. It's upbeat music, but the steps are really still. It's called Carillon. It's a dance to make a connection between earth and sky and our center of strength and power. So let me show you. The steps are very simple. We do not move to the side, only forward and back. Okay. I hope everyone can hear me. So we start 2 steps forward with the right foot. And at the same time, I face the palm of my hands to the ground to connect with the presence. So here we go. Forward, forward, and we do sway twice. Sway and sway. And then we're going 2 more steps forward, and we face the palm of my hands to the sky to connect to the beloved and the sky and the connection with the greater. So forward, forward, sway, sway. Now we are in a balance to earth and sky. We're going to clean our path as we move backwards. So back, back, and sway, and sway. And to the final steps, we're moving backwards one more time, moving our hands to the center of strength and creation. Like this, back, back, sway, sway. So now we are ready to going one more time, connecting, feeling strongest as we dance. So let's do it one more time. Forward, forward, sway, sway, forward, forward, sway, sway, back, back, sway, sway, and back, back, and sway, and sway. Okay? I think we're ready for the music.
שהוא לא יום ולא לילה.
קרב יום אשר הוא לא יום ולא לילה.
רם הודה 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 כי לך היום אף לך הלילה.
רם הודה 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 כי לך היום אף לך הלילה.
שומרים הפקד הפקד להירח כל היום וכל הלילה. שומרים הפקד הפקד להירח כל היום וכל הלילה. תאיר 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 כאור יום חשכת הלילה. תאיר 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 כאור יום חשכת הלילה. קרב יום אשר הוא לא יום ולא לילה. קרב יום אשר הוא לא יום ולא לילה. רם הודה 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 כי לך היום אף לך הלילה. רם הודה 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 כי לך היום אף לך הלילה.
Hey, thank you. It's really short dance.
It's a lovely piece of music. I love that piece of music. Wonderful. So it just shows that it can be sound. The sound can be upbeat, but the steps can be that little bit more slower as well. I'm just
Yeah.
seeing. Yeah, somebody's asked. Maybe you could put in the chat. Somebody's put lovely music source. They're asking what the music is. So maybe you could address that. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, I can put there.
Wonderful. And we'll toddle along to the next participant, presenter, and it's Bobby, I think. Hi, Bobby. Where are you? Are you there?
Hello, everyone.
Could we have Bobby on the screen? There we go, and that's it. Thank you. Hi, Bobby. How are you doing this fine
Hey.
evening?
Wonderful. So wonderful to see everybody.
Yes, you look like you've got sun there, unlike
A
us
lot of
here.
sun.
Yeah, we're very cold here, you see.
It's cold.
We
It's
need some
cold.
of your sun.
It's cold though, too.
Is it really? Okay.
Yes, winter is coming
Okay, my dear.
for us.
So,
And, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure and an honor.
it's always nice to
part of
see
your
you
program.
around the Centrepiece, Bobby, and you're in a different area at the moment, and you're going to teach a nice dance, which can bring us down a little level in energy. I'll let you explain.
Right, I will.
Thank you.
And so I just want to express my gratitude to you for having me, and Amanda for, I think you'll do some translation for us and the support that you give, and all the presenters and everyone who's visiting. And I'm tickled to be here. I love that we have meditative dance because many of us don't like sitting in meditation, but we have this way that we can use our whole self in dance to meditate, prayer, and it's so valuable. So I appreciate having this session focusing on that. And I love the angel of tenderness. So in that dance and in the one I'm going to teach, we touch ourselves and we touch with tenderness. So blessing, thank you for the angel blessing also. So I'm going to teach a dance that's well known to us here in New England, in the United States. And it came to us from Jenny Dupree, who was the founder and the the angel of the dance movement center called the Skaya, which is in the northeast of the United States, and a real center for sacred circle dance. And it came from a workshop that she did with a woman named Jalija Bonheim. And it is a way of blessing ourselves. But it was called the chakra dance. And in the dance, we only touch 3 or 4 chakras. So at one point I wrote to Jalija to find out why. And her response was, it is not a chakra dance. And and that was so exciting to me. And she also said that she makes many dances, she works with women, and the dances are not particular dances. They change all the time. She's always creating dances for her workshops. So to her, this is a way of blessing the indwelling spirit of ourselves. And by blessing ourselves, we bless the women in the circle, we bless all women, and through that we bless all people. And through blessing ourselves, it moves to blessing all living beings. So I prefer to call it a blessing dance now. She has given us total freedom to move and change the dance, and it continues to evolve. People have made variations where they touch all the chakras, but for her, we're touching 3 major energy centers of the body. And then we're connecting with spirit. So I just like to show you the elements of the dance, and then different people put it together in different ways. I'm going to teach it as it came to me, as I learned it from Jenny originally 25 years ago. I know it has moved around the world, but this was the original dance that came to us. And I like to focus on the blessing aspect of it, and I will invite you to do the same. So the simple part is what we often do is we move around the circle. It's 4 steps with the right foot, right, left, sway, 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 and that's done again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and sway 4 times. It's all even rhythm, every step for every beat. Then the second part is connecting with spirit. And from the circle, we need space for this. We move into the center 4 steps. And as we do that, our arms rise, right? Left, right, left, and we reach up, swaying to the right for 2 counts, and to the left, connecting with spirit. And then we come back 4 steps and we bring all that into our heart. 2, 3, 4, and a small bow of acknowledging and honoring. So going in, right, left, reach up, 2, up, 2, and come back, bringing that into our heart. The small bow. Third part is the part where we touch our body. We touch the centers. And the first is the belly area. We create this little triangle with our hands, touching the belly, 1 count, heart, 3rd eye. So belly, heart, 3rd eye, and then touching the top of the head. Let's just see this. We touch the top of the head and burst open, bringing all those blessings down. So it's belly, heart, third eye, top of the head, up, and 3, 4. We repeat that twice, and then start again walking around the circle. So I'll go through it all. Can you hear me when I'm back there talking to you?
We can indeed, Bobby.
Okay. So it's right, left, and sway, 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 sway. Repeat that. 2, 3, 4. Sway. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4. And reach. Reach. Bring it back to into our heart and bow. And then touch the belly, the heart, the third eye, top of the head, and open. 2, 3, 4. Repeat that. Belly, heart, third eye. And actually, this is another chakra, but this is the connection with spirit. So we have 2 times we connect with spirit, when we're opening from the top and when we reach up with our arms. Are you ready to do the dance? And I invite you to bless yourselves the first time we do this. And then the second time, imagine that all people, all beings are being blessed. We'll play the music. It's a beautiful song. It's from Uzbekistan. And it talks about there is a beggar and a king, and they are walking the same road, which is the road of life. And although their experiences are different, they are experiencing life and have the same kinds of troubles and struggles. And essentially, it's showing that both the powerful and the not so powerful people have the same destiny. We're all in this together, and it's all temporary. Okay, a blessing dance, also known as the chakra dance.
yolda şahlı hem yadan hem bir yolda bu dünyanın işleri her yoldadır her yolda bu dünyanın işleri her yoldadır her yolda şahlı hem yadan hem bir yolda bir 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 yolda.
This is a very tender dance. Thank you so much for bringing it. And Bobby, I wonder if you could put some information about it in the chat for people. That would be very helpful. Yes?
About the dance, the music?
Yes, the name of the dance, maybe the music, things like this, yeah.
Okay, well,
if that's
I'm
possible.
going to call it a blessing dance. And I'll put AKA the chakra dance. And for those who get the grapevine, there's a woman on our screen now from England named Geraldine. Hi, Jerry. And she and I have both written sister articles about the chakra dance, which I believe is going to be in the issue that's coming now.
Okay, that's wonderful
Tell
to
the
know.
story. And her story of discovery, she wrote a beautiful article about it.
So everybody can look out for that article in the Grapevine. Yeah, thank you so much, Bobby, for bringing such a nice meditative dance. It really takes us to a nice. But thank you, Bobby. Thank you for being here. And who have we got next? We've got Leslie Laslett next. Hi, Leslie. Lovely to see you. Leslie's up in England there. And she's brought another meditative dance. How are you doing this evening, my dear?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you, Brand.
Good.
And I just want to say thank you to Bobby because we learned that dance many years ago, and it is such a special dance. I think the music and the dance is just so special. It's actually quite hard to get yourself out of that mood, but thank you, Bobby.
Yes, it's
And
lovely, isn't
what
it?
I'm going to, and it's lovely to see everybody again as well. And thank you, Brant, for the invitation.
Okay,
And what I'm
I'll let you introduce your dance. We'll put you on the screen and I'll just toddle away. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Thank you, Leslie.
Okay, right. So the dance I've chosen tonight is Moment of Peace, and it's a Gregorian chant, volume 2, and this one features Sarah Brightman. And I did this particular choreography for a lovely young man, Argentinian young man. Forgive me, I won't pronounce it very well. Emmanuel Ponce Aravello. He actually adored his grandmother, and when she passed, he particularly loved this piece of music. Unfortunately, I was able to do something with it. And in these sort of dreadful times, we all need moments of peace and just to stop and just sort of think about ourselves and, well, just be. So that's really all I have to say about the dance. So I'll show it to you. It's in 3 parts. And you're going forward 4 steps on the right foot. Your hands come to your chest, your heart center first. Then you walk forward, right, left, so your arms go high. You then sway forward on your right and back on your left. Then you go back 4 steps, right foot, and your arms come to your heart center. Back, 2, 3, 4, sway back on your right, take your arms out, and forward left, and repeat that. Right, 2, 3, 4, sway forward and back, right, left, sway back and forward. Then you're going to the side along the line of the dance, side right, side in front, side in close. So side in front, side and close. You've got 2 beats or 4 beats, 2 beats to raise your hands, and your left hand is lower than your right. So you'll be lower, and as they go up, and keep that position. So you've done side in front, side close, up, 2 and down, 2. Side in front, side close, up, 2, down, 2. Side in front, side close, up, 2, down, 2. And on the 4th beat of both the forward and back, when you go forward and back, I don't want to like 1, 2, 3, 4, forward pause, back pause. They're very subtle. You always feel the pause. So when you're side front, side close, up, it's not sort of up, boom, down. It's just a very sort of gentle pulling down. And it's a feel more than a actual pause. So you've done that 4 times. The last little bit, you're just doing a figure of 8 along the line of the dance, so or infinity symbol. Your hands, palms flat to the floor. Go right, left, right, touch. Left, right, left touch. This time you've actually got more of a time to pause. Then you're along the line of dance, you're going to go around and do the other circle. And you flick your hands over. Right, I'm not doing this very well. Touch, 1, 2, 3, flick your hands, you repeat. Right, touch. Left, right, left touch, palms up. 1, 2, 3, touch. 1, 2, 3, touch. The dance starts again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sway forward and back. Back, 2, 3, 4, back and forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Forward and back. Back, 2, 3, 4. Back and forward. Going to the right, side front, side close. Side front, side close. 1, 2, 3, 4. Side front, side close, up and down. Side front, side close, up and down. And then another one, so that's 4. Then round in an infinity circle. 1, 2, 3, touch. 1, flick over, palms up. 1, 2, 3, touch. 1, 3, and again. 1, 3, touch. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, touch. 1, 2, 3, touch, and start again. At the ending, the music starts to fade. So you come in as normal, 1, 2, 3, 4, but you keep your hands, your heart center. Then it's real release, 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold for till the music actually changes. And then very, very, very slowly, just come down and you really have a long moment of peace. And that's quite slow.
In a moment of
Thank you. What a marvelous piece of music that is. And
Yes, it's-
I like the infinity sign going round. This is quite a nice
it got a
sign.
bit confusing in a small space. You're not quite sure where you are.
But yeah, I got the general idea from it. Have you got a video maybe that you'll be putting
It's
online?
on YouTube. It's on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe I don't know if we have the link. We can maybe put in the newsletter, and that would help people translate it a little bit better.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because it's a marvelous piece of music, and I like this going in with the hands up and back. So yeah, it goes very well with the music. So thank you for bringing this.
Good.
Yeah, and yeah, so thank you, Leslie. I'll put that. If you send me the link, I'll send that to folk. Yes.
Okay.
Somebody said, "Thank you, Leslie. A lyrical and balancing dance, inspiring to follow you in this dance." So there we go. So inspiring. And yeah, so with that, we have, we're now going to, I think it's time for Friedel's participation. And she sends her love, as I said before. Hold on, I'm just checking up the chat here. Beautiful music, equally a beautiful dance. Thanks for bringing this to us, Leslie. And Carol asked what the music is. If Leslie, if you could stick that in the chat, that would be fantastic. So, yes.
Is it not the poem, Bram?
Yes, we've got the poem next, but I'm going to talk about. Well, we'll bring Francis on first. Let's bring Francis on first. And thank you, Leslie. Hi, Francis. Lovely to see you from Brazil. How are you doing, my dear?
Hi, everybody. Hi, Brand. So many friends, all friends. I'm happy to be here.
It's
Doing well.
lovely to see you. Now, I asked Francis to come with her beautiful poem, and she's going to do that for you. She's going to share it in a few languages, and also she'll be here for. She's going to translate some of Friedel's talk for the Portuguese people who will be listening. So I'll leave you in her fine, capable hands. Thank you, Francis. Lovely to see you.
Yes, so I chose a short part of a book from Clarice Lispector. She's an amazing, this book called Água Viva in Portuguese. She's an amazing writer, a really important writer from Brazil. In fact, she's not born Brazilian. She's an Jewish Ukrainian who came to Brazil and is now regarded as one of the most important writers in the 20th century, compared to many important ones, because she's very innovative, introspective, original, and it's a prose that is also a poem. And there are many ones translated into English. After, I'll put in the chat some of the names. So I chose this short text that is from this book called Água Viva, that means living water, to emphasize the awareness of the importance of our presence, connecting so deeply to ourselves and to our environment that we are able to be totally present here and now. That was my main point that I chose it. And as she says, not see our creations or our lives through the memory of what we perceived in a past moment. So to be totally in the present. And this also made me reflect as how important this aspect on our circle dances is. That each time we repeat a dance, that we repeat so many times, years and years, some of us that are a little bit older, like me, many, many times, and that each time is a new moment. And for me, this is one of the deepest teachings sacred circle dance brought, because we tend to get so dispersed in our crazy world, and it helps us a lot to be in presence. So I'll read in English first and in Portuguese after this short part of the text poem. It goes like that. Try to understand what I paint and what I write now. I will explain. In painting, just as in writing, I seek to see strictly in the moment in which I see. I seek to see strictly in the moment in which I see, and not see through the memory of having seen in a past instant. The instant is this one, now. The instant is of imminence that takes my breath away. The instant is in itself imminent. At the same time that I live it, I throw myself in its path to another instant. So you think I should read it again, Brand, because it's a little bit not so common, or okay?
Yes, just do it once more. Yeah, I think we need once more.
So try to understand what I paint and what I write now. I will explain. In painting, just as in writing, I seek to see strictly in the moment in which I see, and not see through the memory of having seen in a past instant. The instant is this one now. The instant is of an imminence that takes my breath away. The instant is in itself imminent. At the same time that I live it, I throw myself in its path to another instant. And maybe after I'll write it in the chat so we can reflect on it. And in Portuguese now for our Brazilian friends, as it is in the original book. Tente entender o que pinto e o que escrevo agora. Vou explicar. Na pintura como na escritura, procuro ver estritamente no momento em que vejo, e não ver através da memória de ter visto num instante passado. O instante é esse. O instante é de uma iminência que me tira o fôlego. O instante é em si mesmo iminente. Ao mesmo tempo que eu o vivo, lanço-me na sua passagem para outro instante. So this is my poem. Just want to say about her that this passage exemplifies Lispector's project to capture consciousness in its raw, unimmediate state, rejecting narrative memory in favor of pure presentness, what she elsewhere calls writing close to the blood. So I like this concept of presentness. And I think it's very connected to our dances, to what we experience in our circles. So thank you.
Thank you, Francis. That was lovely. And it's always nice to see other people's versions of what meditation is, even in poetry, because there's so many poems I could write for tonight. I have my poems over here, and just by me, and I've been going through them, going, oh, this is really talks, but. In essence, we have so many choices in these, but that was a beautiful one. Thank you for bringing it. And
also, just would like to add that I wasn't so much into poems before, but I've been with Friedel and translating Friedel for more than 25 years. So Friedel was really in the first place who inspired me to poetry, because she always brings in some poems, and I even have some poetry books she gave me as a gift. So I want to honor and thank her for this inspiration.
I have the same commonality. Well, I always like poetry, but myself and Friedel, we both love poetry. I write poetry as well. So for me, we have this shared connection, and I mean, you can't not do Friedel's dances and not have poetry. art, everything goes together. It's all meditation, you know. So somebody says, thank you for introducing us to this eloquent writer poet. You have broadened my horizons. There you go. Elizabeth says that to you. So with that, what we're going to do from here, we're going to go straight to Friedel's talk. She has a talk, and lovely Francis there is going to translate for the Portuguese people in the chat. And we'll go ahead and put her first video on, followed by a dance from Rosalie. And then we'll have Friedel back afterwards because she's got a lot to say. So we'll get on with that. Thank you so much, Emma.
In autumn, the falling leaves remind us of our mortality. They urge us to cherish the moment. It is a time when we can focus on what truly matters. And this is what is meant for us. At the height of our later years, we live beyond the border, awake, knowing and free. We sense a vast different reality flowing towards us, a boundless stream of insights and experiences. For old age is not the end of everything, but merely the final act of an overture. The real, the wondrous music of freedom is only just beginning. There is a law in life that when one door closes, another opens. But when the doors through which we have passed in life close, one after the other, the walls within which the doors have turned dissolve before our eyes, and the world expands. The light of another reality shines upon it, and our journey begins anew. With regard to meditation and dance, I would like to elaborate that meditation is an inward journey, which is anything but a fun activity. Such a journey is important. It opens doors that would otherwise remain closed. Sometimes our inner self knocks quietly and urges us to look within, but we all too easily ignore such prompts. In this context, I would like to quote Bernard Rosine. He mentioned repeatedly, every work of art originates from meditation, and dance is no exception. Against this background, we can understand his remark about the dance of gratitude, his last choreography. I am overjoyed that this dance happened to me. In his book, The Path of the Dancer, Bernard Rosine writes, the act of creativity and artistic concerns take place in the solitude of our most intimate recesses of a person's mind. Yet no one can of their own will force or conjure up such an intrinsic experience. Isadora Duncan describes the creative process quite differently. And she said, it took me many days and nights to create a dance that could be a way for the divine in man to be most perfectly expressed through movement of the body. For me, many, many years, Zazen has been and is an important part of my being, finding inner peace and stillness. It is a dynamic stillness, the stillness of a motionless burning flame, or of a wheel turning so fast that it seems to be still. Silence in this sense is an inner attitude. Only in this silence will we be able to hear the soft breath of peace, the music of the spheres, the all-embracing harmony in which we hope to dance. A poem by Vimalataka, Stillness is very shy. Deep in one's heart is she hidden. Stillness is very shy. She smiles at those who love her. She speaks to those who wait for her. Stillness is very shy.
And now with this we do a dance with Rosalie. If we could bring Rosalie on, and maybe Francis could translate for us. Hi, Rosalie.
Hi, queria
Francis, are you?
agradecer, queria
Francis,
agradecer a oportunidade de estar aqui. Obrigada, Beth, por ter me convidado.
Thanking you for the opportunity for her to be here.
it's lovely to have you, and you have a dance which relates to what Friedel has just said about silence. Could you maybe say that, Francis?
Muito bom receber você aqui. Você entende quando ele fala ou você quer que eu traduza tudo,
Eu
querido?
prefiro que você traduza.
Tá.
Thank
E
you.
nós vamos ter uma dança. Wait, just a second. Que você vai trazer uma dança que se relaciona com isso que a Friedel acabou de falar para gente.
Uhum.
So,
Então,
what I'll do is I'll leave you to teach your dance, and Francis will translate. So, I'll go off. Thank you.
Então, ele vai deixar você ensinar sua dança e eu vou te ajudando. Se na hora de falar os passos você
tá.
preferir que eu não traduza para não atrapalhar, você me avisa.
Eu acho que eu vou falar um pouco só da coreografia, né, que é da Friedel, que é a Song of Silence.
The dance will be the sound of silence and is a choreography from Friedel Kloke.
E ela coloca nessa coreografia o caminho dos 3 degraus, ou 3 etapas.
And she puts in this choreography the path of the three steps, or the three moments.
Yeah. Ela usa a explicação do Bernard sobre as 3 primeiras posições do balé clássico.
And she uses the explanation that Bernard Voisin gave about the 3 first positions in the classical dance.
A primeira posição, que é a do aprendiz,
The first position that we call the apprentice position.
and eu comigo mesmo.
I am with myself, me with myself.
A segunda posição, que é o caminhante.
And the second position would be the journeyman, the one who walks on the path.
Onde eu compartilho os meus saberes.
Where I share my knowledge, what I know.
E a terceira posição, que é a posição do mestre.
And the third position is the position of the master.
And a espiral do corpo eleva meu conhecimento.
Where the spiral of the body elevates my knowledge.
Yeah. Eu vou explicar então os passos, tá?
So Rosalie now is going to show us the steps of this dance. And as she said, the choreography from Friedel Kloke.
Eu começo na primeira posição dos pés, deixa eu mostrar os pés, tá? Primeira posição dos pés, calcanhares juntos e as pontas abertas. Aqui não
Vai mais para trás um pouquinho para a gente ver teus pés. Aí.
né?
Aí tá bom. So this is first position, where the feet are in this position, together and open.
And second position, and
Second position, we just open a little bit the space between our feet.
yeah. And the third position is left foot in front and right foot in back.
This third position, as she shows.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, well, and the foot is first position in the introduction, and I lift my hands and W.
And so the hands will go up in the W position.
Aí agora eu vou falar em português, tá? São 3 passos no sentido da roda.
3 steps in the line of the dance.
Começando por direito.
Starting with the right foot.
1, 2, 3. Toque com o meu pé esquerdo.
And you touch with your left foot.
Eu viro para o centro e foco no centro e dou um passo com o meu pé esquerdo e
So
fecho
then
a primeira posição, flexiono os joelhos.
you focus
Entendeu?
the center of the center of the circle, and you put your left foot into the center, and you bring your right foot in the third position. And then you bend a little bit slightly your knees.
E aí o pé direito pisa atrás,
Right foot back,
esquerdo na primeira posição.
and left foot comes again in the first position, heel with heel.
E repito a dança.
And then we repeat.
2, 3, touch. Boom. Heel. Back. Okay?
So this is the whole sequence with the 8 steps.
Yeah. And the arms and come back out center the touch and back and V and W. Right.
So when you go to center and you bend your knees, your arms come down. And then when you go backwards, they come again back to the W position.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. Okay?
Você vai ler o poema, você vai querer falar o poema antes ou depois de dar a dança?
Eu acho que você podia ler o poema agora e aí eu vou dar a dança.
Eu vou ler em inglês, você
Tá.
quer ler em português? Você fala em português?
Eu não tenho, nem tenho ele aqui, não. É só em inglês mesmo, francesinha. Tá bom.
So I'll just read the text of Bernard that we all probably know, but it's so good to remember because it's a very important talk about Saint Bernard did. Thou who movest the world, now deeply movest me, lifting me up high from earthly depths to thee. I dance a song of silence, my steps set to cosmic and guide my dance to the brink of heaven, made happy by thy smile. Maybe we can put the text after Brand on the chat for everyone, although everyone knows it, but it's good to have.
It's always good to go back to this, yes. So if you would like to do that, Francis, that would be fantastic. Thank you. And is Rosalie ready for the music?
Tá pronta
The
para a
music,
música?
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. of my favorite dances from training with Friedel. Could you say this,
Das
Franz?
danças prediletas dele na formação que ele faz com a Frida.
Later still. And it's so tender. We got the angel of tenderness, and this is a very tender dance for me. It shows the different distinct positions of the feet, and I just love that idea that this is underneath the dance or on the dance or whatever. Could
Eu
you?
adoro a ideia que as três posições estão presentes nessa dança e que elas estejam presentes nessa dança.
So we will go on with Friedel's talk, and thank you, Rosalie. We'll come back to you soon.
Okay.
And
This dance has been inspired by the philosophical background of Meditation des Tanzes, which is based on Pythagoras and Bernard Wusin's philosophy, the three-step path in classical training, and by his poem, Thou who movest the world, profoundly movest now me. From earthly death, thou lift'st me up to thee. I dance a song of silence. The music of the spheres and dancing set my foot at heaven's very brink, and feel how thy smile doth bring me joy. In this dance, we stand in a first position. It is the position of the apprentice. Here's the questions: where do I come from? Who am I? The second position is the position of the journeyman who wants to be on a path. This path is leading from belief to recognition. In the center we have a third position. It's the master position. For me, devising or making a choreography is unthinkable. I've noticed repeatedly how at first I become inwardly empty. I allow myself to be led by the music, and gradually inner images are formed, which I express in dance. In my choreographies, dance, music, and poetry are very intimately connected. The unity of dance and music was also valid in ancient Greece, but it would have been very incomplete had it not also included the poetic word. To return to the idea of emptying myself, which I mentioned above, a few years ago I suddenly became enthusiastic about the music of the Portuguese group Madredeus. The song was I am waiting, waiting for the miracle of love. The title, Milagre, suggested numerous ideas, and I tried to express these in the dance. For 3 months my attempts were fruitless, until I acknowledged that I was trying to load my own thoughts and associations onto the dance. Only when, in the truest sense of the word, I stood there with empty hands and empty mind, could the miracle take place. It is also a matter of my heart to talk about sacred dance, the sacred dances. Easter 1983, Bernard Wusin said in a speech in Findhorn, "We are quite often asked, why do you call your dances sacred dances? And with what justification? Surely the concept of sacred contains the idea of sanctifying or of holiness, of something on a high religious plane. Therefore it has been my great aspiration to teach, to implant in the course of long workshops in different countries, a large number of those dances which show their religious origins through their forms and symbolic content. Out of the silence of the attunement, an idea was born in my heart, the idea of Meditation des Tanzes, dance as a walking into silence and as a meditation in movement. I gained the fundamental understanding that dance, as the most ancient expression of art, is an esoteric path. In Greek, esoteros chodos, the inner path. This is, of course, not a new path. People have followed this path since ancient times. Human beings searching for the meaning of life. This path will never become outdated. However, complete dedication is required by the seeker. Some time ago, I received a letter from Dorothy Pritchard from Rio, in which he reflects on the topic of sacred dance. Dear Friedel, some important things I'd like to talk to you about, because I am reflecting a lot on the different approaches to sacred circle dances, and the numerous different points of view people have on circle dances. A great many have dropped the sacred approach completely, but that would be another subject to clarify later, such as what we mean by sacred, or B, the difference between religious concept and spiritual concept concerning dance. When and how have people felt the effect of a dance as spiritual? Personally, nowadays, what I most look forward to are the meetings with our group led by Isis, practicing yours and Saskia's dances. For instance, I was very moved at our last meeting. It was in December. And instinctively I joined in at the end of a dance to tell them how I felt. I said it was a privilege to perform those dances with them, although I was sitting down, because we really were one body and one soul. It was perfect. Not because they were perfect dancers, but because they were beautiful dancers, and I really felt it was a sacred moment. Dance is art, not a tool for some other purpose. Many give me the impression to be using circle dances simply as a tool for their work. Of course, I'm not against it, but it is distressing for me to hear about circle dances just as a good therapy, a help to harmonize the stuff in an enterprise, an entertaining way for the elderly to keep fit, a useful means for working with groups, etc. And mostly they say it is for healing. I rarely hear someone mention the importance of dance in itself. I always say I dance for the pleasure of dancing. Dance is an expression of life. Dance is life in abundance. Our heart and mind overflow, expressing ourselves through our body, celebrating. Dance is in the field of art. One doesn't join a choir or paint, perform, do a poem, play an instrument, write a story with the intention of healing somebody. That comes as a consequence, maybe. Some people are admitted to a training course intending to use circle dance in their work. Yet they have only seen the dances in internet or been invited once to a meeting. How can social workers, psychologists, school teachers, and people who have never taken part in circle dances be admitted to a training course to become sacred circle dance teachers? How can they transmit the essence of sacred dance circles without having previously lived through the experience of regular circle dance meetings? A very important aspect of sacred circle dance is bound to the concept of group. This will seem a chimerical and utopic idea of mine, although I believe it still to be possible. I am referring to the group in the act of dancing. A real group is not the sum of 1 plus 2 plus 3, etc., but of individuals becoming an entity in itself. Just as each member does his or her best, the group as a group has to do its best too. It requires inclusiveness, awareness of the others, patience, acceptance of our own limitations and of the others, subtlety in relationships, and teaching or correcting each other. For the same purpose that each member practices alone, the group has to practice together and improve as a group. Here, I suppose, is the spiritual difference between practicing a dance to perform before public and to dance as communion, for lack of a better word. The circle itself expresses togetherness. Each one is in the group, with the group, and for the group. The egos disappear during the dance. It depends greatly on the leader's charisma. The group only reaches that stage after regularly practicing together. We form with everything an animated body, in which our own good and the common good are inseparable. The greater the communion, the greater the fullness of being, plenitude. When that actually happens, very rarely, in sacred circle dance, it goes beyond individual plenitude. I would call it group ecstasies. There are many stages and different environments of leading circle dances. However, we must move to another level and encourage people to move forward. It is very important to have facilitators who are dedicated to beginners and intermediates. But is that all that is proposed? I don't mean going beyond what the beginner or intermediate can assimilate, because they have to dance and not stress themselves out with continuous challenges. But do the facilitators themselves only dance with the students? Aren't they interested in working on self-knowledge and participating in a group at their level? There are still other topics to reflect upon. So many years since Voisin launched his inspiration about meditation of the dance and started sacred circle dances. The seed has migrated and some offsprings became diversified, hybrid. I guess we should not worry about that and carrying on doing what is meaningful to us. Forgive me taking up so much of your time. I wanted to get it off my chest. Lots of love, Dorothy. I published this letter in our magazine Balance, as I find it very important, and wrote to Dorothy, Dearest Dorothy, with your reflection on sacred circle dance, you have once again shown me that you are my soulmate, because your article speaks from my heart. To my surprise and disappointment, there was only one reaction, and well, by Valerie Dawes from England. Dear Friedel, thank you for Dorothy's article. I am very interested in what she wrote, because it resonates very much with my own beliefs and concerns. Without my regular trips to Germany, particularly working with the Aufbaustudium group, that means selection group, I feel a sad loss. However, it has thrown me in some ways on my own resources with a sense of looking from a distance. Thankfully, I am still teaching my weekly group with an occasional day or weekend. Dorothy raises so many issues, and I am wondering if her observations arise from what she sees happening in Brazil, or wider perhaps through social media. The reason I was first attracted to Meditation des Tanzes, and remain so, was that I saw Friedel's work as an art form, distinct and unique, with rich symbolic meaning. I could see it required dedication and training to achieve any kind of real understanding. It was far removed from entertainment. Against this background, I hope at all costs its uniqueness can most definitely be recognized and preserved. I appreciate that different people want different things. But with social media providing easy access and advertising for a whole range of dance forms, now is the time to hold on to the essence of Meditation des Tanzes. It is so easy to reach a common denominator. Dorothy raises a range of so many important issues, each warranting discussion. That means dance becoming used as a tool for other purposes. That means therapy, the concept of the group, etc., etc. Change can be good and positive, and I suppose will happen regardless. But I hope that the louder voices will not swamp the quieter ones. From what I can see, it seems that the responsibility lies with all of us who value the legacy of what has been handed down. As Dorothy concluded, we must carry on with what is meaningful to us. With love, Valerie. Some people only look for fun in dancing. The main difference between fun and joy lies in the duration and depth of the emotions. Fun can serve as an escape from serious emotions or life realities and has no lasting impact on our emotional well-being. Joy, on the other hand, is a deeper, inner emotion that arises from a feeling of fulfillment and satisfaction. It is often associated with meaningful experiences, deep connections with other people, or a feeling of gratitude. Joy has a long-term effect on our lives and can give us a sense of vitality and purpose. Rainer Maria Rilke writes in one of his letters, "Music, poetry, pictures and dance are different from other things. They are not. They become new again every time. Therefore they give joy, the eternal one. Dance lifts us up and leads us to deep joy in appreciating the eternal and as such to the source of our true vitality, joy." A poem by Hermann Hesse inspired me to the dance Timeless Joy. To breathe in a perfect present, to join in the chorus of the spheres, to dance with the world as it spins, to join in the eternal laughter of God, that is our share of happiness. Many have known it but once. For many it was just now and then. But for those who have known it, happiness was theirs, for not just one brief moment. They keep with them the splendor of light and sound. That is timeless joy.
And now we dance Timeless Joy with Isis from Brazil. If we could have that video, please.
Hello, dear dancers and friends. Hello, Brent. Thank you for inviting me. It's always an honor to be able to share a little bit of what I have been learning from Friedel about meditation of the dance, sacred dance. Unfortunately, I won't be able to be with you this evening because today and tomorrow I'm having a workshop on meditation of the dance in Rio de Janeiro. So I prepared this video for you and I hope it is useful. The dance I'll be sharing with you today is called Timeless Joy, and I'm sure many of you have already danced it. This dance is very dear to my heart, not only because it was one of the first dances by Friedel that I learned, maybe the first one, 20 years ago, back in 2001, but also because of its symbolic meaning, which is a kind of experience of inner joy that might happen on a very quick moment, like a spark of light, but it stays in our heart for eternity. In her book, this book, I don't know if it has already been translated to English, but the title is Dance, Sound, Deep Silence, and it's a very important book for dancers. So in this book, she writes, in many of my dances and choreographies, music, dance, and poetry form a unity. The inspiration for my choreographies doesn't come only from music, but also from poems by Heine Maria Rilke, Jose Ausländer, Hermann Hesse, and other writers. This dance, Timeless Joy, with music by Telemann, was also inspired by one of Hesse's poems. I sent it to Brent in English and to my dear friend and dance partner in Brazil, Roseli, in Portuguese, so that they can read it for you. So let's move on to the steps. This dance is all in waltz step. So we do 2 waltz steps towards the center, 2 waltz steps backwards, going back to the circle line, and then 4 waltz steps on the circle line counterclockwise. And we stop and stay on the spot 4 bars. One, 2, 3, left, 2, 3, backwards, 2, 3, again, on the circle line, and bolts, and the last one, and stay on the spot, 4 bars. The gestures, we start with arms down in a round shape, then we raise the arms in front of the body, and in 1 count, they go up and open to the sides. While we travel in the circle line, they stay on the sides, and as we stop facing the center, they go down and up, and bring your hands towards the body through all the chakras. So we go again, down in front of the body, and up and open to the sides. Stay open while you travel, and down, up. Bring your hands down, facing the chakras. Okay, now time to combine steps and gestures. We start forward, left, and backwards, and waltz, third one, and the last one, and down, up. Just the other day, I heard a person who is in the field of philosophy saying something very interesting. She said, in our days, joy is revolutionary. So I will leave you tonight with this statement for us to reflect on. Thank you so much for dancing along. Thank you, Brent, for inviting me and for your friendship. And thank you always, my dear Friedel, for teaching and guiding me through the path of meditation of the dance, sacred dance, which, as you say, is the path of the heart.
Thank you to Isis for providing the lovely illustration outside. We can't do that here because of the rain and the snow. But I have the text to go with the timeless joy. Here, timeless joy: to breathe in a perfect present, to join in the chorus of the spheres, to dance with the world as it spins, to join in the eternal laughter of God. That is our share of happiness. Many have known it but once. For many it was just now and then. But for those who have known it, happiness was theirs, not just for one brief moment. They keep with them the splendor of light and sound. That is timeless joy. And I'll put that in the newsletter for you. It'll go out for everyone. So thank you so much to Friedel and Isis for providing this lovely evening. And with that, we'll go on to the next presenter, which is my lovely Evie from America. And thank you, Rosalie, as well. Hi, Evie. How are you doing, dear?
Thank you. I'm doing very well, and I'm very ready for silence, which is in my dance. It was wonderful to have
yes.
all of these things.
So much to learn, and I really so appreciate Friedel's friendship and her vast knowledge of the dance and what it means. Always training. We're always training on this path, and I don't think the training never ends. We always learn as we go. So with that, Evie, I asked you to come back with this dance. You said, why don't we do this dance again? I loved this dance when I did it. I did it in the hall, one festival, if you remember, and I thought we should dance it together online since we've not met each other in real life. Still, you're the one that that's so far got away. So we hopefully meet each other soon. But I'll let you teach it.
Okay, thank you. I will, this dance is a dance I created during COVID, and I'm going to do what we did during COVID when we danced so much. The dance is called In Silence My Soul. That's my name for it. It's created from a song by an American singer called Carrie Creed, C-R-E-E-D, from a CD that's the title of a poem by another American poet, The Piece of Wild Things. And she called the piece Psalm 65.2 because the words, very minimal words, are from the Hebrew Bible called Psalm 62.5. And I believe the music was created by a psychiatrist who also was deeply involved with the Shalem Center in Washington, D.C., a spiritual center that has been very influential. And the text of these words are, alone in God, be in silence, O my soul. She sings it in English only once, and then the rest of the time she repeats it. It's a little bit like the Teze. She sings it in Hebrew over and over again. I wanted us to sink into this dance, and I will show you the steps. but it starts with a moment of silence. We started this entire session, Brandt brought in the poem of silence. This starts when Emma is going to start the music. There'll be a few beats of absolute silence. And then when the music comes on, I'll show this to you a little more closely before I stand up and move further away. This is a gesture we will do to start before we begin to move. We just open up our arms, make a giant heart around us. You have 8 beats to do it, and bring your hands to your heart. Because as we do the dance, this is the position from which we start. And I will show you the dance. I also wanted to point out to the fact that Friedel may have asked, what is sacred? And we write the word sacred often, it becomes the word scared. And this dance was created during COVID when we were all quite scared in the world, as many of us still are today, but it's better, at least our physical lives, most of us. And this dance then creates a body prayer. That's what I perceive this dance as. So I'll show you the steps, which are repeated over and over again. So the music is going to start, and we just do this sacred gesture when the music starts. So we go very slowly, making this giant heart, which I conceive of kind of a protection around yourself. And then you'll bring your hands to your heart. Then there'll be a kind of a chord in the music, and then the melody starts. And we're going to do 2 tripudiums, and in the second one, you face to the center. So we start out with, and we open our arms as we take the first step. This is very important because after we've made this protection around ourselves, we're opening up ourselves to the universe, to each other. So we step right, left, right, step back, and then another tripudium, right, left, right, step back. But in the last one, we face the center. And now we're going to take 4 steps to the center, and we're going to raise our arms. Robbie spoke of this as contact with the sacred, with the infinite. We're asking for prayer and protection. So we raise our arms, right, left, and then we do what I call a beseeching movement. We raise our right arm up higher and our left arm. We're asking for help, 1 arm at a time. Then we take this energy from above and take 4 steps back, right, left, and this is where the body prayer part really comes in. You kind of just bow to the right and bow to the left with your whole body, and then you make another one of these hearts around yourself, and we're back in the position from which we start. So let's just do it together one more time. And in between this whole set of steps, you just wait for the music to start again. So let's just start it. We're going to listen. It's quiet for a minute, but not that long, but for a few beats. Then we make our circle around ourselves. 8 counts. And then we wait for the chord and then the music. Right, left, and our arms are open this entire time, facing the center. We go into the center, right, left, beseech, back, 2, 3, 4, and body to the right, body to the left, and make a giant circle around yourself. You will have enough time to get it, and you wait for the music to start again. Do you think that's enough times I've shown this?
Yeah, I think that's enough, Evie. Maybe Emma can stick me on the screen with you and we'll dance together.
Okay.
Oh, my soul. Ad Elohim dumiyan nafshi. Ad Elohim dumiyan nafshi. Ad Elohim, Ad Elohim, Ad Elohim dumiyan nafshi. Ad Elohim dumiyan nafshi. Ad Elohim dumiyan nafshi. Ad Elohim, Ad Elohim, Ad Elohim dumiyan nafshi. Ad Elohim dumiyan nafshi. Ad Elohim dumiyan nafshi. Ad Elohim, Ad Elohim, Ad Elohim dumiyan nafshi. Ad Elohim dumiyan nafshi. Ad Elohim dumiyan nafshi. Ad Elohim, Ad Elohim, Ad Elohim dumiyan nafshi. Ad Elohim dumiyan nafshi. Ad Elohim dumiyan nafshi. Ad Elohim, Ad Elohim, Ad Elohim dumiyan nafshi. Ad Elohim dumiyan nafshi. Ad Elohim dumiyan nafshi. Ad Elohim, Ad Elohim, Ad Elohim dumiyan nafshi. Ad Elohim dumiyan nafshi. Ad Elohim dumiyan nafshi. Ad Elohim, Ad Elohim, Ad Elohim dumiyan nafshi.
Wonderful to dance with you, Evie. I really enjoyed that.